you're a channel, you're a verbal channel, right? So for somebody that might not know the difference between the different channels, what does that mean? What is a verbal channel?
That's a very good question. Well, you have a trance channel that completely leaves their physical body. It's almost like they're taken out of their body, and whoever comes through inhabits their body for whatever period of time, an hour. Sometimes I think there's even somebody who channels the whole day, that brings in a doctor, and they know nothing about it. They come back in unless somebody tells them what happened. They're completely unaware. With a verbal channel, you're still there, your ego is still there, but it's almost like they're watching from and further away, actually, because at the beginning, the ego can interfere quite a lot and does quite a lot, but the ego's still there listening. So what happens is I'm aware of what's being said, I can hear what's being said, but I forget it quite easily. If it's not for me, if it's not a personal message for me, somebody will remind me a few months down the road, oh, well, Vawa must said this, and I'll go, oh, did he? Did he? But you're bringing through the messages and you're saying it as the message is received. It is as if when you start it, it feels like it's a voice in your head, but as you come to trust it, you just speak the words as they flow through. You connect with it and you speak them.
About how did you know that you were a channel?
Well, over 20 years ago now, I took a course at a little school near Cambridge in England with a woman who trained with Sanaya Roman and Dwayne Packer, Orin and Ben. And it was Awakening Your Light Body. I had no idea what it was when I started, but it's one of those things where it keeps coming to you. I used to leaflet at the Festival of Mind, Body and Spirit in London. And these leaflets kept appearing, and I kept reading them and thinking, I really like this. Anyway, eventually, after 3 years, I got the message. And I started, and it was at that school that I opened a channel, because she also did an opening channel, channel level 1, 2, and advanced. And I just, for the 3 years that I was there, I just soaked everything up. I was like a sponge, and my life changed at that moment. And I had channeling from that moment forward as a constant companion, not always trusting what was coming through. Ego interferes, and still occasionally it's the possibility of it interfering, but I'm very, very quick to understand and know what's ego and what's the higher inspiration, if you will, the higher wisdom. And so it was way back then that I started. So I've been channeling really for over 20 years, but it's only recently that I've kind of woken up to the need, I suppose, for high wisdom at this time, and the courage to step forward and bring it through.
What is something that even surprised you when you were channeling?
It always surprises me. I mean, that's one thing. It's true. It's a game of trust. It took me many, many years, and I think that's probably why I needed 20 years. There are some that take to it like a duck to water, and they're out there and they're channeling. But for me, that didn't appear to be what I was. That was not what I was doing. I was doing it for my own personal healing and discovery and growth at that time. But constantly, they always amaze me. What they always say is one thing that I love about channeling verbally, and one of the things that can also be a bit nerve-wracking, is that 99.99 or whatever times out of 10, you don't know what they're going to come through with. Sometimes they'll run something by you and they'll give you an idea and you'll have a few ideas, but they always surprise you. And they'll always come through with something that surprises me about beings of light always, is that they know exactly what the individual person, and if there's a group of individuals, they'll find a way of expressing something so that everybody understands it.